Who was once the most powerful man in state politics.
And now Sheldon Silver is headed to prison, sentenced today to 12 years behind bars, fined $1.7 million, but he will not have to serve the time right away.
CBS 2's Marcia Kramer is live now in Lower Manhattan with how this all went down today. Marcia.
Oh, Christine, former Assembly Speaker Sheldon Silver's fall from grace was completed today when a federal judge sentenced him to what the U.S. attorney described, and I quote, as a just and fitting end to Sheldon Silver's long career of corruption.
I believe in the justice system in this nation, and will pursue whatever remedy the system makes available.
Former Assembly Speaker Sheldon Silver, as he walked out of court looking sullen and pale, mobbed and engulfed by reporters. A mere shadow of the man who was once a dominant force in state government, one of the so-called three men in a room who controlled Albany for decades. His lawyers, friends, and family had asked for leniency, community service even, after he was convicted of fraud, extortion, and money laundering, accepting bribes and kickbacks of nearly $5 million. But Judge Valerie Caproni sentenced him to 12 years in jail, not exactly what the government had requested. They wanted him to spend more time in jail than any politician convicted of corruption in the state. The longest sentence was imposed on former Brooklyn Assemblyman William Boylan Jr., who was sentenced to 14 years last year in a bribery case.
We're obviously disappointed with the court's decision. We are going to be filing an appeal.
He's a pretty steady guy. It's a tough result. We understand that.
The judge told Silver she took the action because his crime cast a shadow over everything he has done. In some respects, Silver got off easy. Under federal sentencing guidelines, he could have received 22 to 27 years. In court, Silver, who is appealing this sentence, offered an apology, saying he had let down his family, his colleagues, and his constituents. "I am truly, truly sorry," he said. It is unclear if the judge was influenced by revelations that Silver was apparently involved in a series of extramarital affairs with two women who seemed to profit from the relationship, one a lobbyist who had clients before the state, the other a former assemblywoman who was hired for a state job due to Silver's pressure and influence. Now, Silver will also have to make restitution of over $5 million and pay a fine of $1.75 million, most of which is supposed to be paid by the summer. He's due to report to prison on July 1st, but right before the court case began, the U.S. attorney entered the courtroom, went up to the prosecution table, and shook hands with each one of the prosecution team. Reporting live from outside the federal court in Lower Manhattan, I'm Marcia Kramer, CBS 2 News.